tell the truth, and shame the devil.
I
I
love
love
being
being
black.
black. All right, people, this is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. You got your boy Martin G, aka the crime chaser, but I just renamed myself the mediator. That's what I'm doing, mediating something right tonight. So we got Chicago Flip Red. I will call her the director, the CEO, who started, the founder, and she wants to come on here tonight and tell the truth. She gave me a call today, and I did not refuse it. I didn't hesitate. I said, "You more than welcome to come on," and she want to explain some things about this 2026 election, Illinois election, about what happened, who she sponsored, who she supported, who she didn't support. So she also have her partner is calling in today as well. So we're not taking any calls but one call, and this call is specifically for Chicago Flip Red. That's what we want to do it. We're gonna keep it moving and let us speak a truth and things like that. You're more than welcome to comment in the comment section. That's okay. I'm cool with that. Um, all we're looking for is the truth. We're going to tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. I'm going to ask some questions, but I'm not going to really be narrating because I don't know exactly what happened. We're going to, you know, find out from her side, her point of view, what's really going on. And I want to say this too. I don't want us to split the vote. And listen, I love Chicago Red, Flip Red. I love it. So we just keep that in mind, though. You know, sometimes, but the truth have to come out. And I think for future reference, Zoe, I think we should have these type of things probably on Zoom or something, imposing the public for future now. But we can do it this way too. Sometimes we just need to get it out. Get it out. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. That's it. So
Well, yeah,
we can just get
it should have been a Zoom. Any other,
right.
yeah, it should have been a Zoom. But you know, if people want to, I keep trying to tell people I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane, minding my business. But everybody always want to take me back to a place where they really don't want to see me.
Yeah, well, I know you're a tough cookie. I already know because you came on my show a couple. I said, Zoe, don't cuss my people out. I know you will. I know it gets hard. It gets hard, and so I appreciate you just reaching out to me and not holding a grudge. Some people holding a grudge and all that, but it is what it is. We all grown. We all have our own opinion. We all have our own lane, and you guys have put so much work in the city of Chicago, not only around the city of Chicago, all around the United States. Started from grassroots, you're still going. I appreciate it. Appreciate the work and all that. I've watched you guys, interview you guys, talk to you guys. So, hey, today we want to make some things clear from your point of view, and I want you to speak your truth. I'm gonna let you have free range. If it's an hour, if it's 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you need, I'm here. I'm here. Now, but what I'm not going to do, I'm only going to take one phone call. I promise you that, okay? So that's it. You know, so anybody else thinking about trying to call in, you just had to get in on the messenger. Or if you guys come together, it had the next time it had to be on the Zoom or something. Okay, let's get started. Let's just get started. They'll come in on. Let's get started. Let's get started.
Uh, yeah. So thank you for having me. And especially last minute.
It
But
definitely was the
yeah,
last minute.
my name is Zoe Lee. I am one of the founders of Chicago Flips Red. And I founded Chicago Flips Red due to the city of Chicago not settling my family's case. To this day, the city of Chicago still has not settled my family's case. I was very vocal at all the city hall meetings, Cook County meetings. I protested outside. I did a lot of these things. And honestly, the people who are trying to defame me and my group still to this day have not stood with me when it comes to the city of Chicago knocking my family's building down. They have not stood with Danielle Carter when the city stole her building when she was trying to do her business. They still have not stood with Jessica Jackson when it comes to the county and basically the county and them will not settle her case, will not sign her building back over to her. So when we look at overall, the issue is the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, and Cook County, and probably other places in the United States of America are still redlining and are still pushing us out of our communities. And no one cannot fight with us because they're all in on it. They're either a realtor, they're either a developer, they're in with the city some type of way. They got access to TIF money, a whole bunch of stuff. So it's a whole bunch of scammers doing things they're going to continue to do, but they're mad at me and Chicago Fits Red because we expose it and we expose the corruption because the city of Chicago has been the most corrupt city on the planet and everybody knows that. Now, I never have ever been in politics ever in my life. Never was interested. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hustler. All I care about is making sure that my businesses do what they need to do. I have money in my pocket, and I can make sure I can take care of my mother. And this city has made sure to take everything away from us and don't think that I'm going to fight. So like Ms. Jackson says all the time, it was before the t-shirts, and it really was. This is personal to me. It's going to continue to be personal to me until this city settle my family's case. Until Ms. Jessica gets her building and all the punitive damages that they owe her for pain and suffering. They hand over Danielle's building with interest because of what they did. I'm never going to stop. So I don't care how many people we get in office. The reason why I'm getting these people in office is because somebody is going to get us justice. And we have to put the people in. And when I say people, we, all of it. But let me make something very clear. I have one mother. Her name is Charlene Marsh. And she is from Southside Chicago, born and raised. So a lot of people think that I shouldn't be fighting because they feel like, oh, you're not even from here. My mother is from here. I've got Southside blood running in me. I'm going to ride with my mother. I'm going to ride with Jessica Jackson, and I'm going to ride with Danielle until we get justice. And justice is coming because the feds is coming. People didn't think that Chicago Fits Red was going to get the way that we got. And the reason why we got the way that we got, because I was determined. And I built brands my whole entire life. I know how to build brands. I am a consultant. I get it from my mother. So that's number one. Number two is I am for profit. So people get that grassroots thing mistaken and think that I'm just supposed to be out here for everybody, but nobody has came to save us. Nobody has came to our rescue, but they can get on here and talk all their stuff when it comes to us, but when they see us in person, they can't say nothing at all. We're here because it's rumored. It's not even a rumor. I've seen it myself. We're here because Pamela Denise Long and Doris Lewis thinks that we help split the vote. I don't care if anybody think we help split the vote or not. Denise Long sucked as a candidate. And we're going to have to get out of this just because she's black. We're going to vote for her because y'all put Brandon Johnson in there. Brandon Johnson is black and talks about black all day. And all he does is for the Hispanics. Okay? All he does is for the LGBTQ. All he does is for CTU. Desmond Yancey, same thing. You put Desmond Yancey in there, Doris. Desmond Yancey made sure that the Hyde Park shelter still stayed across the street from you. Well, who came to your rescue? Chicago Fits Red, myself, Danielle. Our video went super viral. Brian Drew, who's running for Illinois State Comptroller, a lawyer, came to discuss and talk to them was because of Chicago Flips Red. Aaron Del Mar and them. They came, Christian Maxwell. They all did a press conference in front of the Republicans, in front of the shelter, and I didn't see Doris Lewis there or U.S. Senator candidate Pamela Denise Long. I didn't see U.S. candidate Pamela Denise Long at any of our press conferences. We've had plenty of press conferences about our housing. I didn't see Dr. Pamela Denise Long at my press conference I had right out on the land on 7954, 7958 South Halsted that we still have. I didn't see her there at all. But you know who did come? And I don't even care for her either. P. Ray. So Dr. Long, I don't know where she came from. And Dr. Long didn't want to win, because if she wanted to win, she would have been everywhere with Chicago Flips Red, just like all of these other candidates were. We have something that's conservative and we have something at Trump Tower is going on our 9th month. It's called Conservative and Cocktails. Our 1 year anniversary, the day before the 1 month year anniversary, everybody came because President Trump just shouted us out. So everybody was there. And Doris Lewis came. Doris Lewis came. A few other people came as well. Doris Lewis came and she saw the potential. She saw all them people. It was over 200 people there. She came to me and asked me, could I go upstairs and print out Denise Long's petitions? I stopped talking to everybody because everybody was coming to us, and I had to leave Danielle there to talk to everybody to go upstairs and print out her petitions. I printed out about 10 to 15 petitions. They all were signed. We had another petition signing party in this place in Mount Greenwood called Baracos, because I wanted to make sure, Chicago Fist Red wanted to make sure everybody can get on the ballot. She did not show up to that. And her petitions was there. P-Ray petitions was there. I didn't say, nah, get them up out of here. Nah, get them up out of here. Nope, I never said any of those things at all because I've been a team player since day one. I have reached out before, I want to fast forward, before Chicago Flips Red, and once I realized this immigration issue here, the property theft thing, the TIF money, the TIF scams, all that stuff, I went to each and one of, you could name every activist, community leader that was down at City Hall acting like they were for the people, and all the people from the south side to the west side, and asked them, hey, let's do some forums. Let's get some panels together so we can educate our people about why the Democratic Party is detrimental to us, why it's poisonous to us. All they cared about was, well, if this person going to be on the panel, I'm not going to be on there. If this person going to be on the panel, I'm not going to be on there. If this person going to be on the panel, I'm not going to be on there. Bet. Cool. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with y'all since y'all all hate each other. I don't even know y'all. So then I went on the Breakfast Club. Once I went on the Breakfast Club and people was like, oh, okay, she might be somebody. She might be somebody. Okay, on the Breakfast Club. If people go back and look at that Breakfast Club interview, I dragged the Democratic Party. I dragged the city of Chicago. I dragged Frank Winkle. When they ask, is anybody else going through this with you? I say, yes. Jessica Jackson. I've always been loyal. People who question my loyalty is the problem, because for some reason, Black people cannot get off this Democratic plantation. And that is a problem. That is a problem. I don't have to vote. I'm 40 years old. When I started this fight, I was 37 years old. I saw the issue as soon as I got in. Oh, yeah, we just got to switch this. We got to just take this over to the Republican Party because the stronghold is the Democratic Party right here in this state. But I did not realize how much they cheat when it comes to elections. Just like people didn't realize our generation and that didn't realize and a lot of didn't realize how bad this illegal immigration issue is, because anybody that talked about it against it for our communities, like Barbara Jordan, Dr. Claude Anderson, Dick Gregory, and others, they buried it. They buried it. So when you got people like Mark Carter, who gave me a pamphlet, and the pamphlet, he was like, this is what we're fighting. And when I went home to read the pamphlet and to read about New Americans Plan, I'm like, whoa. Then I'm starting doing my own research. I'm looking at it and seeing like, oh, okay, this is what we're up against. Okay, so we definitely got to go red because we got to close the border. So that's what I'm. And then they're giving all the housing and stuff away. And then hopefully we get the Department of Justice in, because it's corruption. It's just straight corruption. So I've always been about fighting the corruption, because y'all not about to play my mother. Y'all not about to play my mother being in Chicago. You're not about to play the South Side. You're not about to play my group, my family. My group is my family. It's only 8 of us. It's only 8 of us that showed up when we first did call. When we first did call to action. They don't. None of these people show up at City Hall. But y'all can get on here and talk crap about my group because y'all haters. She lost bad, and she lost bad because she ran a horrible campaign. Dr. Long thinks because the way that she talks and she's educated, because she got a degree and she has that doctor, she thinks that people are supposed to listen to her and go by what she did. She talked about reparations in the beginning, and we interviewed her in the beginning. The very, very first candidate interview we did was Dr. Long. And Dr. Long breaks down the reparations, and she has a great argument. But because she was leaning with that, everything, all her white fan base and all her white base people wasn't for it. There was so many people that was coming to me like, well, Dr. Long has good debates and she sounds good, but that reparation thing, I said, well, she has a good argument for the reparation thing. I told all of us, I said, she had a good argument for the reparation. I said, y'all don't owe us reparations. The government owes us reparations. Y'all got to get that out. Y'all got to get that out of your mind that we're talking about you. No, we're talking about the government. The government owes us reparations, just like the found $78 billion for illegals. So if they can find money for illegals, if they can find money for Jews, if they can find money for Hiroshima, if they can find money even for the Tuskegee Airmen, not all of them got their money, but if they can find money for that, then I'm sure they can find money for us. However, we're in 2026, and we've had trillions of dollars allocated to our communities. The issue is we have a stealing problem. We steal everything that goes into our communities. You got the pastors, you got the preachers, you got Father Flager, you got a whole bunch of scammers. You got the NGOs. You got the politicians. You got the aldermen. You got the people that work for them. They've been stealing our money, our property, our resources forever, and you can't do nothing because it's a machine here. It's a system here. And the only way you're going to be able to break this system is you're going to everybody is either going to have to stop voting at all, or get the feds involved and have them investigate every election board. The state of Illinois, I know that they stole this election. Now, I'm not saying they stole it from her because she ran a terrible campaign. She sucked. However, I do know that if she felt like that I split the vote or whatever she wants to say, and she feels like it should have been more votes or however she wanted, then she should contest it. She should contest it. She should contest because I know that if I felt like it was some shady stuff, I would contest. I would contest it because we're talking about the state of Illinois. We're talking about J.B. Pritzker. J.B. Pritzker. She is a clown. I'm going to show you this right now. This is what they need to be upset because this is what they need to be upset about right here. You want to be mad at somebody? This is what you be mad at. Is it up?
No, I don't see it. Hold on. Hit it. Let me add it on to that. Okay, there you go.
All right. So you've got Don Tracy, who I don't understand how he got 212 votes, but that's here nor there. You got Jeannie Evans. That's who we endorsed, and I'll tell you the reason why. You have this guy, Casey Chowback. I saw Casey Chowback more than any of these people that's on here. But let's get into R. Caparelli. R. Caparelli did not campaign one time. R. Caparelli did not show up to did not even get debated. But he got 56,357 votes. He got more than her. So who split the vote? Because I can tell you why I endorse Jeannie Evans. I endorse Jeannie Evans because Jeannie Evans is an antitrust attorney. Jeannie Evans works for one of the top antitrust firms in the country. She goes after big businesses. She goes after monopolies. What we're dealing with in this city and in this state is a monopoly. Is a monopoly. It's going to stay like that. She's a millionaire. She's a millionaire. She raised her own money. She's not part of the system. She believes in free market. She lives in Cook County. She lives in Hyde Park. Her husband is a professor. Her kids attended CPS schools, and so she understands the detriment of these schools because the education system is the problem. The education system that we have in this city is the problem. Ain't nobody gonna get nowhere if that's the problem. You've got people who are so caught up because, like, even what I just saw with that LGBTQ stuff, black people need that. Black people got to stop with that. I don't never lead with my sexual orientation. I don't never bring up my sexual orientation. I just said the city of Chicago stole my mother's money. They knocked down her building and will not compensate her. Where does the LGBTQ come with that? Where does LGBTQ got to do with that? LGBTQ don't have nothing to do with me fighting for them to compensate me. They're mad because they're homophobic. Now that's homophobic. You're homophobic, and if you're homophobic, that's cool. I don't even care if you're homophobic. Do you? I may be homophobic too because the gay shit is out of control. So I definitely understand. But do not put me in no category when you ignoring the whole reason why Chicago Fist Red was founded. Chicago Fist Red was founded because they stealing black people's property. Chicago Fist Red was founded because of the corruption. Chicago Fist Red founded because we don't have any voices out here that's for Americans, particularly freedmen. They want to control me just like the same people they talk about with these white people being in control. They want to control me and they'll never be able to control me. I'm independent. This is what a free person look like. This is what a freedman look like. You can't control me. You can't control. I learned from Dick Gregory. I managed Dick Gregory for 4 years. Dick Gregory told me myself save myself because there's something wrong with these Negroes. And it is. Because if you're mad at me because I picked Jeannie Evans when you are a terrible, your character is terrible. Mama Doris keeps saying that I said that I was going to support her. I was. Until I realized how much of a bitch she is. She's rude. She thinks she knows everything. She never came to any of we had so many events. She never showed up to any of my events. Never. How are you supposed to be a public servant and you don't come to nothing? Don't come to nothing for Chicago Fifth Red. How? She lost because she ran a terrible campaign, and then let's get into how much money that she raised. Let's talk about it. Let's look at all this money. Let's see how much money she raised. Because everything, all this, you guys can all see this yourself. Let's see. Is it on there?
Yeah, it's on there.
All right. Loan for Senate 2026. You guys can all look at this. It's www.fec.gov. You guys can look at everybody. She raised a total of $22,288. She got her total contributions was $19,000. Okay. She owes, I think she let cash on, so she has right now she's supposed to have $979.47. She owes debts and loans owed by committee $2,637. Now, let's see who contributed to her campaign. Since everybody wanted her to win. All right. We can start right here with the main person who is out here texting people, telling them not to support me in Chicago Fifth Red. Miss Doris Lewis. Okay, so her last receipt, $26.35. If you believe in, because Mama Doris is a millionaire. She want to act like she ain't got no money. Mama Doris Lewis is a millionaire. She's sitting on 2 pensions. That's why she can't get out there that much and really talk about CTU the way she wants to, because she worked for the system. So we got Doris Lewis, $26.35. You got a couple other people, $100. I see Miss Jackie. She gave some money. Shout out to Miss Jackie Sample. Miss Jackie Sample looked like she gave more money than Mama Doris and Miss Jackie fighting for her property in DuPage County. So I don't see. I don't know. I see the most somebody gave her was somebody out of Texas named Teresa Anderson. She gave her $1,000. Oh no. We got Christy Garrett from Virginia. You got her $2,455. And then you got somebody Smith Victor, Diane Cobb, James C. Mitchell, Deborah. So basically, but I only see Mama Doris $36.35. So you talking all this stuff about me, all this stuff. You studied the map. You knew this, what I did. I got paid off, sold off by the white people. I don't need to. Again, I'm free. I don't need to sell my endorsement for nothing. They know everybody tried to come and finesse our endorsement. And you know what I told all of them? How do y'all think that I'm supposed to really push? I mean, how do you think that I'm supposed to just say yeah without researching y'all? Especially when I know that y'all don't even care that I'm homeless. Y'all don't even care that my mother sleeping on the couch. Mama Doris ain't one time say, "Hey, Zoe, you can come stay with me for a couple of weeks." None of that. None of that at all. But y'all are on this internet talking big stuff about us. Like, that's crazy to me. How are you going around? Doris Lewis is going around texting people. This you 80 years old, ma'am. That's the last thing on your mind is to make sure that nobody don't what's it called? Nobody don't support us because I'm the new NAACP because we didn't support Dr. Long. Like that's kind of crazy to me. And it's the hypocrisy for me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like me at all. You don't have to like me. You don't have to respect me. You don't have to respect my movement. So you want a teacher, why are you stalking CTU? See, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? The Criminal Teachers Union, the Communist Teachers Union is messing up the education system. So again, I wrote this on my internet. I mean, on my internet. Sound like Miss Jessica now because you have to say that internet junk. I wrote this yesterday before I started because I haven't seen none of them at none of my CTU protests. I haven't seen Dr. Long at my CTU. I've been protesting CTU since January 5th. Yeah. People have to, and I'm tired of that too. People feel like because you're a certain age that you don't disrespect. She disrespected me going around telling people not to support my group because I didn't support her candidate that she gave $26 to. If you really believed in her, you would have gave her more than $26. You gave her a place to stay a couple of times when she would come into town, but she never campaigned. So, like I said, let me get this right here because I want to make this on here because maybe nobody didn't tell her I said this. I said Doris Lewis is going around telling people not to support Chicago Fifth Red because we didn't support Pamela Long, and that's her right. But what's not okay is the hypocrisy. You advocated for Brandon Johnson knowing the impact the Chicago Teachers Union has had on our children. The same children you once guided as a counselor in that very system. That same system you now receive a pension from. You pushed for Desmond Yancey to become alderman, and then he allowed the Hyde Park shelter situation to unfold again right across from your own condominium. Meanwhile, it was myself, Danielle, and Brian Drew who stepped in and got that situation addressed. You were silent during this discrimination case involving Black teachers who were laid off during school turnarounds. One individual walked away with millions, while the teachers themselves received around $12,000 each. You said nothing. You were also silent when $50,000 was given to Jesse Jackson Sr. to align with CTU. Decisions that contributed to the continued decline of our school system, the same system shaped by leadership and policies tied to figures like Karen Lewis, Barack Obama, Arnie Duncan, and Rahm Emanuel. You were silent when mental health facilities were shut down. You're silent now as we fight policies like the New Americans Plan. At some point, silence becomes complicity. This isn't about degrees, titles, or affiliations. It's about outcomes. And the reality is our children, especially our freedmen children, have been failed by people who chose comfort, security, and alignment with the system over accountability and real change. Doris represents that system, and the results speak for themselves. So my thing is, when she lost, it should have been done with it. But to go and try to blame it on us is why she lost is crazy, because when we go back to this, she should be mad at this man, R. Caparelli, who I don't even know how he got on the ballot with just one letter for his name. He got 56,357 votes. Now, them votes could have went to you, but it probably would have went to Jenny Evans, because Jenny Evans are the problem. These people think that the world is supposed to revolve around just reparations. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to just be reparations. You have other things. We have other things like our businesses we're losing. We're losing our homes and property. She says that I took, she wrote something that I took her intellect property and gave it to Jeannie Evans. Jeannie Evans never even talked about anything that she does. Like she just like it's just a lie. It's just a lie. Like you blatantly lied. You blatantly lied, and you mad. You mad because Thomas DeVore ate you up. You mad because your system did you dirty. We were at Kane GOP. We were at Kane GOP. We were at their Lincoln dinner, and we were keynote speakers. Chicago Flips Red. One of our members went to her and said, "Hey, he didn't even know. We don't even talk about it. We don't even, I never told her. I never told them anything about how she's distancing herself and all that stuff." He went to her and was like, "Hey," he tried to introduce his wife and everything. She ducked and dodged and got up out of there. She didn't want to be associated with us. And then the last thing she did, she didn't want to be associated with us. And the reason why she didn't want to be associated with us, because we ghetto, we provocateurs, we this, we that. I'm going to tell you, when we got attacked in that library on King Drive, none of these people came to our rescue. None of them. None of us stood with us. None of them went to court with us or anything. None of them. Mr. Blakemore. None of these people stood with us or anything when that man put his hands, when his man put his hands on us. But that was fine. Everybody stayed away from it, and it was cool. It was cool. We did what we had to do. People don't like that I cursed Jesse Jackson out. People hate that I protested Rainbow Push. These are the very same people that went into the Sandpiper Lounge with their endorsements and got all them people to vote for their people. But now that the Sandpiper Lounge is knocked down unlawfully from this city, I can't get none of them people to stand with us. But nobody wants to discuss that. They always want to just discuss the disrespect. What about the disrespect with me? I'm supposed to eat it because I'm gay. I'm supposed to eat it. I'm supposed to eat it because I'm trying, because y'all think I'm hijacking the agenda because y'all retarded. Y'all the ones who got these weird conspiracy theories. It's real simple, Mr. Johnson. It's very simple. The city of Chicago knocked down my family's building. Violation of the Fifth Amendment. My mother has been fighting this city since 2017. It's going on 10 years. 10 years. I never thought I would be getting into politics, but now that I'm here, nobody's going to tell me how to run my group. Just like I don't go on anybody, I don't tell nobody else how to run theirs. I have my freedmen people that I trust. Shout out to Roz, shout out to Leslie, shout out to Kelly, shout out to Consuelo. I have my reparation people that I trust with the help of Miss Jackson, who is my advisor for my group. I don't need to get I'm good. I know exactly what we need and how we need to do it and how and what we need to do. And less is more. The issue is people want to hijack my stuff, want to tell me how to do my stuff, because for some reason they just cannot get over my sexual orientation. And it's to the point that it's getting sickening. It's getting kind of weird. It's getting like a little obsession. And that's just what it is. American lady, I don't give a fuck about you. And that's what they need to understand. You don't represent me, and I don't represent you. Let me tell you, that's another thing. We don't come out here saying we represent freedmen. I'm freedmen. Danielle is Freeman, Miss Jessica Freeman. We represent us and our group and what we're going to do and our family and our supporters. We don't go chasing nobody. And that's what they're mad at too. I don't even know who this person is, nor do I care. I didn't tell you to follow me. I didn't care. I didn't tell you to reach out to me, just like I didn't have to support Dr. Long. I could vote for whoever I want to vote for. I could have voted for, I could have voted for whoever I wanted for to. I could endorse whoever I want to endorse. I'm grown. I'm grown, and she don't move me. She don't move me at all. I don't care what doctorate she has. Care about any of those things. If it's 1.9 million Black Americans in Illinois, right? Freemen or Black people in Illinois, whatever they want to say, right? If there's a 1.9 million people, then why did she lose her own county that she from, Madison County? She lost her own county. She lost all the counties. She lost all the counties, and the person who's out here trying to shame my group gave her $27, almost $27. Almost $27, and Mama Doris, when all the illegals came and she couldn't take it anymore, she was able to go to the Gulf of Mississippi or wherever she said and buy a house. How everybody else can? Everybody else can. Nobody else didn't. No, everybody else didn't just get up and just leave because they couldn't take the illegals. We had to stay here for it. I don't have to vote for anybody. Like, honestly, I don't have to vote for. I don't have to. If I wanted to sit on the couch, I could. Everybody that we endorsed, we said, like, these are who we think that should be in, because I did my research, I vetted, I did all that. But you guys can vote for whoever you want to, just like Miss Jessica. Miss Jessica endorsed Dr. Long, and we still put it on the page. She didn't want the endorsement from Miss Jessica because Miss Jessica said Christian Maxwell name too. I think people think that I'm supposed to be like I'm supposed to. I think people think that I'm waiting for someone to accept me. I'm not. I'm my own Republican Party. I'm my own Freeman Party. And I align myself with like-minded people who also understand what freedmen is, what the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment is, why we're here now, and American First economic agenda. Do you think I can? I'm not waiting for anybody to be like, please let me in. Please let me in. Please let me in. Oh my God, please let me in. I don't care. That's why I know that we have the power. Because if Chicago Fist Red bother y'all that much, and we don't come in there, we don't bother none of y'all, then I know that honestly, that it's a mental illness. It's a mental illness, and I hope you get the proper help to help you, because nobody should be that upset at this group that is not asking to be accepted anywhere. I protested outside for 17 weeks without none of these people. I told that man if he didn't settle my family case, I was going to come in there and do it myself. I wasn't waiting on no permission. I don't know who they think I don't need Doris Lewis permission to tell me what I need to do. I don't need permission from Dr. Long. I'm not wasting my endorsement on her. She lost bad. My endorsement look at my endorsement, Jeannie Evans. And I believe she was cheated. If you look at the numbers, none of the numbers don't make up. Don't make any sense. And I'll give you a prime example. Look at Tony Preckwinkle. Tony Preckwinkle got 400,000 votes. Ain't nowhere in the world 400,000 people in Cook County voted for her. Absolutely not. 400,000 people didn't even vote in Cook County. It's 300 and something thousand. But she happened to get 400,000 votes. It's corruption. It's corruption, and they're going to continue to buy the election. So it doesn't matter if it's Dr. Long, if it's Don Tracy. It doesn't matter who it is. If they're going to keep stealing these elections and rigging these elections, we're never going to get any type of liberation. People want us to have people want me to be oppressed so bad. I am not oppressed. And the only oppression that I'm doing is from my people. My own people is oppressing me. Trying to sabotage what I built, but not one person has asked, what can we do to help you? What can we do to support you? What can we do? But y'all got everything to say about my organization. That's how I know we mentally messed up. We hate each other so bad. We want to see us go down.
Okay, we got a call. Okay, hold on, my dear sister. Hold on. Okay, Danielle.
Hello.
All right, we hear you loud. Can you hear us, Zoe?
Yeah.
Can you hear? Okay, go ahead, my dear sister. Go ahead.
Can you all can hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Do I need to turn it off because I can hear Zoe?
No. This is what you need to do. Turn your social media down. And while you're talking on the phone with us, you can look at it, but just turn it down. Turn your social media down. Okay, so you won't have an echo.
But I still.
You can still see.
But I can still. So.
You can
see. So is it? Do I sound good?
You sound good. Come on, sister, talk. You sound good. We hear you. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to overlap Zoe.
No, you're not going to overlap. But go ahead. She's waiting on you to talk.
Okay, so no, the thing is, I just saw someone ask about the why are we protesting CTU? If they would have looked at the interview we did with Ted Dabrowski, they would have known why we.
And I got.
So
when she explains, I'm. So my thing is when somebody says, "Do I support reparations? Do I support economic resources?" Absolutely.
Okay, so they wanted to know. If they wanted to know why we are protesting CTU,
you breaking up.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, you're breaking up. Make sure you cut off your social media. Just cut your social and just talk to me straight on the phone. So there won't be no echo.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, so I saw someone in the chat ask, why are we protesting CTU? Or what do we have? The problem we have with CTU. If they saw the interview that we did with Ted Dabrowski, who was running for governor, they would see why. Did you know that only 29% of CPS students are proficient in reading? Only 18% of CPS students are proficient in math. And now if you break it down by the race, let's say the Black children are the lowest. Only 21% of Black children are proficient in reading, and only 21% of Black children are proficient. 9% of Black children are proficient in math. Yet we have an 81% of students that graduate. So you tell me why we shouldn't protest CTU. We're the lowest. Even Hispanics are over us. 24% of Hispanics are proficient in reading and 14% are proficient in math. We're the lowest. That's why we are outside of CTU protesting. Nobody else out there with us. Nobody said anything. Nobody came out to come and say, hey, guess what? Mama Doris, she's a CPS teacher, right? Or was a retired CPS teacher. So instead of her texting and telling people not to support us, don't you think that she could be texting people and saying, hey guys, look what's going on. I need you all to go down there and help them CFR protest because they're fighting for our kids. That's when you want to help and you care about the community. Every sacrifice we made, we sacrificed everything. Zoe sleeping on the floor, her mama, I go visit them every day. Her mother sleeping on the couch, talking about her back is hurting, her mother. I sacrificed everything, my business, my family, my safety, for what we believe in, to fight for the community. And I would not allow anybody to take that away from us and to drag our name and lie on our name when they're not doing anything. Never came to a press conference, never came to support anything, to protest in nothing. Never came. Dr. Long, I haven't seen her. I seen Doris Lewis a couple of times, but never came. But they would always have something to say about us. We don't say nothing about nobody. We stay in our lane because we on a mission. God gave us a mission because when we went down there to City Hall and saw the plans they had for our community, and we realized why we are in the predicament we are in, we decided to fight with everything we have in us. We see the plans they have for us. So we're on a mission, and we're not going to let anybody distract us or stop us. That's just what it's going to be. And when you start lying on CFR name and just hating, then we have to address it. Because I try, and Zoe tried too, it's a lot of people that's out there just talking stuff about us, and we just let it go because we got to stay focused. But when you just start just blatantly lying, and you know you're lying and just hating, then it's a problem. We have to address it. So we're going to stop and we're going to address these lies, and then we're going to go right back to the scheduled program, and that's saving our communities and saving Chicago.
Yeah. It says not a single student tested was proficient in math in 80 Illinois schools in 2024. So I guess we should be protesting. Chicago public schools, 20 most empty schools. You know how much money that these people are stealing from our kids? I want to show this as well, because this is Illinois primaries between the ages of 25 and 34, 35 and 44 went out and finally and is starting to vote. And a lot of these people are voting conservative because the Democratic Party has gotten weird. You know, when at a certain age, you learn to, you got to be mature. You got to mature. You know, when you start realizing that, hey, you know, when you get older, especially like me, I don't have any children. I have 2 god kids, and the only reason why I'm fighting the school system is because both of them explained to me the hardship of what COVID did to them. No one even talks to the kids about what COVID did. My godson was going into high school, Corliss. My goddaughter was in her senior year. She got her grades up because she was failing, but she got her grades up because of this, because she was graduating. She missed her senior prom. She missed her graduation. My godson missed his 8th grade graduation. The next year, she ended up getting pregnant. Imagine you get your grades up because you finally ready to get out here. She told me I'm going to go to nursing school, all this stuff, and then this COVID scam hit. The same situation that happened with my godson. I was living in Atlanta, so my godson came to visit me, and he stayed with me like for 6 months because of virtual learning. And we would sit at the table, and he would tell me like, "Yeah, Ma, I know I'm a fail." He said, "But I got a plan." He said, "I'm gonna go to the service." I said, "Once I graduate, I'm gonna go to the service." And right now he's stationed in San Diego. So My thing is, but he always said, he told me, he said, damn, he said, no one never asked me, how do we feel? And a lot of these kids say the same thing. No one asked them, how did they take COVID? COVID drastically changed America. It changed the world, and you have to blame these politicians. You can blame both. You can blame it on both sides, but everybody sees the cheat, and the cheat was the Democratic Party. Just like Bush Jr. stole the election from Gore that time. Like they stealing elections, and not one person has talked about them stealing elections except Donald Trump. But people hate Donald Trump. So he can't get it out there. And people can't stand me. They despise me because I chose Donald Trump. But I chose Donald Trump because as much as people think that Donald Trump is this terrible person, if you look at everything that he's been warning us about, everything is coming true. He warned us. He tried to put the wall up in 2016. They thought he was crazy. Oh, he crazy. Everybody thought he was crazy. Next thing you know, 2021, 77 million people. What is that?
Danielle, you got to turn it down. Be an echo.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
70.
Because I can't hardly hear.
You can't hardly hear? Okay, hold on. Let me put
I can't hear Zoe.
Okay,
I can't hear Zoe.
Let me make it where you can hear it. Okay. I just put it on the mic. Go ahead, start talking, Zoe.
Start talking?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I can hear her. Yeah.
77 million illegals came over here in 2021 and tried to wipe us out. They still trying to wipe us out with whatever this agenda is. 2020, he said Fulton County stole that election. Everybody thought he was crazy. Tried to lock him up, all that election fraud. They got a lady named Tina Peters. She's a clerk. They locked her up. She's still in Colorado. Free Tina Peters because she saw them cheating. And then here we go to 2016 Illinois primaries. And these people are cheating, blatantly cheating. You see the numbers that don't even add up. Like I said, Cook County, you look at Cook County numbers, none of them add up. Tony Preckwinkle had more votes than any U.S. senator and any governor, and they are for the whole state of Illinois. So Dr. Long may be right, but it wasn't our fault, because I think all those numbers don't make any sense for you to run for a federal position in the whole state of Illinois, and those are the numbers that you get for the Republican Party. Even Juliana Stratton and them, those numbers make no sense. It does not make any sense how Tony Preckwinkle was able to get 400,000 votes. It doesn't make any sense. So I think that I've always been on that. I've always been on fairness and clarity, because, like I said, I used to be one of these scammers. I see the plays. I see how they're stealing. I see it all. And instead of us all getting together and fighting this system, because regardless of you independent, if you're libertarian, if you're a Democrat, or you're a Republican, if they're going to keep buying the elections, does it really matter? Does it really matter? And an independent ain't never going to win. A libertarian is never going to win, and clearly a Republican is never going to win here if J.B. Pritzker and the rest of these people going to keep buying off the elections. It's going to keep buying off the Board of Elections. So I think people need to look at overall that issue before we start blaming people. But if we want to start blaming and pointing fingers, then I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth is she ran a horrible campaign. She had $22,000. And people, you say all the time, you're going to need a lot of money. We don't have no money, Martin. It's all straight grassroots. I know how to do my own videos. All the videos and stuff that's edited, that's me. I learned that when I used to work with Dick Gregory, Killer Mike, T.I., all those people in Atlanta. They didn't want to pay a videographer. So I had to I had to I self-taught myself how to do it. So I just use my skills to help us because we're in a modern day now. So I was born in 1986. So as much as people want me to go back to Jim Crow days, go back to slavery days, I gotta discuss what the issues are in my generation. And what the issues are in my generation was the crack epidemic, the mass incarceration, the illegal immigration scam, and COVID. We will never be able to. We should not even be talking about the illegal immigration. We should not be talking about the illegal. Black people should be every time the Democrats and anybody else, but it's really the Democrats. Every time these Democrats talk about illegal immigration, talk about Trump being a racist, they should bring up the 94 crime bill. They should bring up the crack epidemic. They should bring up where is our punitive damages? Where is our punitive damages for the crack epidemic? You have literally you have continued to bring trauma into the freedmen community. But you know why they do it? Because like everybody's been trying to tell me since day one when I first got into this and after I did the Breakfast Club, the word black means nothing. And they're right. If we really want to make a difference, we all need to go back and look to make sure that you are a descendant of an enslaved, which I'm pretty sure, go back and check and and we have to go by freedmen. It is not this hard. It's really not this hard. So if you feel like we have a freedmen bank, a freedmen bureau, we're in the U.S. Constitution, we're freedmen. So if we have a president right now and there's a commander in chief that is trying to give us our sovereignty, but we hate him. I was looking at something on here, Dare to Search, and she always is negative towards me, and that's cool. Maybe one day we'll have coffee so she can really talk to me. But she says that they're trying to take our voting rights in Supreme Court. The Republicans. No, that's a lie. But let's talk. Maybe she heard that. But whoever told you that, they're lying. Now, what we are dealing with in Supreme Court, that every freedman, every person that is our ally, every true Republican, every true person that understands all of the hurt that illegal immigration has done to the Black American community, to the freedmen community, should be talking about the ending of the Birthright Citizenship Act. Donald Trump has been saying that is for the slave babies, the freedmen. And they're trying to use that to say that illegals can come over here, and as soon as they have a baby, you have to automatically make them citizenship. Everybody gets citizenship. A scam. And they're trying to use our rights, our 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment rights for that. And I went down last year. Me, Danielle, the rest of our group, DMV Freedmen, shout out to Ms. Leslie, shout out to Ross, shout out to Kelly. When we were at we were at protest, we went to SCOTUS. And we went because we were in support of what President Trump was doing. Nobody came. I had a Freedman homecoming, called Freedman Homecoming. No one came. They didn't come. All these people that talk all this crap about me not being true to us, nobody came. I'm about to show you these pictures real quick, just to show you nobody came. And I'm out there fighting for us, and y'all had an issue with everything that we do. We had a whole homecoming, and nobody didn't come from here. Any of these people that's talking crap didn't come.
Just like they haven't showed just like they haven't showed up
Yeah.
anywhere else when it's time to, when we
Let me
need them
see.
to. So that's why we are saying we are done with all of this. We are going to stay on the mission that God gave us, and that's to
I
save
just sent you. You got the
us,
picture?
save Chicago, save our community. That's the mission He gave us. And every day we are not planning anything, we are being guided. We know what our mission is, and we know this is just a bunch of distractions. And this is how infiltration looks like. Whenever you have people or a movement that's getting ready to be successful and help our communities to finally get what we need, then you're going to have people coming in
Like
like
this
Dr.
person right
Long.
here,
People
who's an
coming in.
idiot, that's always talking about Project 2025 don't have nothing to do with the New Americans plan and how
Right.
they're
Well,
replacing your slow self.
right. Did you know?
Retard. Now that's a
Exactly.
retard.
So
Every time I come
you're
on
going to
here,
have,
she's one of the reasons why I don't come on, because she's a retard. That's a retard right there. They're the church.
it's us. It's not nobody else. It's us sabotaging us, because this is what happens. This is what it look like. Why would everything that we're doing, all the movement, what we are doing, the change that we are making, we are educating our people, we are shining the light on corruption, we are showing how much money the Brandon Johnson administration stole from us, how much they gave to illegal aliens. We're showing everything. And not only that, we have boots on the ground. We're outside every day. I don't even take clients no more, especially new clients, to do this work, because I believe in this, and it's a sacrifice, and it must be done to save us. And then you got people who would say, go online and your channel and YouTube and X Spaces and try to tear us down. That right there is hateful. That's hate right there to the fullest degree. And that needs to be addressed, because right now, let me just say this. Right now, this is why we are fighting. DMG, MORI expansion, jobs and training at Daly College. The global manufacturing company, DMG Mori, is investing over $40.5 million to expand operations in Chicago, creating 74 new full-time jobs in advanced manufacturing, engineering, maintenance, and administration roles through a partnership with City Colleges of Chicago training programs, will be offered to Richard J. campus, where the student population is over 75% Hispanic. This means students will be receiving hands-on training in CNC machinery, robotics, welding, and advanced manufacturing technology. Graduates will have a direct pathway into high-paying technical and industrial careers. Students will have access to career track jobs, not just temporary work. Governor Pritzker highlighted the expansion of part of Illinois' broader economic development, strategizing for the pipeline workplace directly to create these jobs. Now we know that in 2023, Daly College housed a lot of illegal aliens. And now what they're doing is these illegal aliens that they house are now going to school, because we know Pritzker just signed the bill where illegal aliens can go to college on our dime. The HB 460 bill. So college, to expand college age to non-citizens. So now we're going to have these illegals at Daly College that's going to be trained for these jobs. And they're going to get the jobs. They're teaching them how to speak English. They're teaching them everything, how to take over the job market from us. That's what we're fighting. That's what we're like to. That's what we're bringing. That's our concerns. And we got to fight with this. We got to fight with our people. We got to fight with people like Doris Lewis and Dr. Long. We got all of these daggers coming at us. And all we are doing is trying to make sure we wake our people up to what's really going on. I just told you we was the lowest in the reading and the math. Our kids can't read, but yet they're trying to teach them. It doesn't
really matter, because these people are
you can learn your pronouns.
It really don't matter, because these people slow. This like the American lady. She's certified slow because she thinking ADOS it means more than freedmen. That's how you know. Like we are so lost. Like we're so indoctrinated. Like it's sad. Is we're so indoctrinated, and we're going to continue to be indoctrinated because we hate each other so much. Trying to this person know this person, that person, da 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 da. At the end of the day, like Miss Jessica always says, everybody got to get the 4. So Chicago Fifth Red is figuring out our way to get the 4 because again, like I said, we all have issues, right? We all have a problem. We're all fighting this government. We're all fighting the Cook County or the city of Chicago for our property compensation, something like that. So even if Chicago Fifth Red was to get dismantled tomorrow, we're still going to be out here because our cases are not solved. And I think that people don't get that part and don't understand that part. I'm going to be out here until they settle my family case. Like I said, I really don't want to run for office, but it's getting to the point that I may have to run for office. And I know I'll win. So I don't really care about that because I put the work in. My issue, my thing is we've got a corruption issue here. And if no one doesn't take on the corruption issue the way that we did, the way that we are, it's never going to end. Just like everybody hate Trump, they hate us. And they hate us because we are exposing what he's exposed for a long time. So people hate us because we're doing the same thing that he's doing. He's just doing it on a federal level, and we doing it on a city level. Same thing.
And we don't shy away from what's destroying our community. You never hear us shy away from. We talk about the very thing. I just made a video, and I drove in my community to show the people all the abandoned buildings, all the homes that are boarded up, that are lost, that were taken. And I'm sure they were senior citizens as well who were on a fixed income, who lost their property through these high unjust property taxes. I just rolled through and showed them what our community looks like. But you have all of these signs saying, vote for me on these abandoned houses, abandoned buildings in our community, toe down businesses. But you see those signs, vote for me. Hey, Melissa Conyer, vote for me. Vote for more of this. J.B. Pritzker, vote for more of this. But look at your community. No economic growth, nothing. And I just did a video show this is my reality. I'm not bringing with 150 police details protecting me. When I go out my house right now, I can get shot because I live where you live at. I live where everybody else live at. It's a chance I'm gonna get attacked. This is what I talk about. I went to Capitol Hill twice to testify about what's going on, and I talked about what's strictly going on in our community. You think anybody was glad about that? You say anything about that? No.
We're a bunch of clout chasers. We're a bunch of these people. We are a bunch of clout chasers. That's what we are. We always try. Right now, we hot topic, right? So we hot right now. So because we're hot, you got the haters that's gonna come and hate more hate than good. But it's only our people. We nationwide. We worldwide. So I really don't care about these black haters. It's just sad to see. It's sad to see somebody says that I resort to name calling. I resort to name calling because y'all are retarded. But all the policies that I bring up all the time, y'all don't see them policies because all y'all see is orange man bad, Donald Trump is a hater, all white men are bad, and that's just what it is. But you got all these racists. You got Governor J.B. Pritzker, who's a whole racist. You have Biden, who's a whole racist. You have Bush, Reagan. You can say all them people, all racist. You can say all those stuff. But now, because we support our president and everything that we support that he's doing, y'all have an issue with it because y'all are envious of him, just like y'all are envious of us because he's a billionaire. He don't take none of the money. What's they take his salary? What's name a billionaire? Pritzker. He takes his salary because he gives that salary back to the people so he can continue to steal. The capital bill, people didn't talk about the capital bill. You know how much money he stole from the capital bill because that was shut down? Like I mean, I've uncovered a lot of corruption, from the epidemiology money, from the TIF money, to the legal immigration scam money. I have followed the money, and people always talk about Nick Shirley. I've been doing what Nick Shirley did.
Exactly.
So my thing is, people just mad because they work for that white man that they despise. They receive that pension from that system that they despise. So you got people who really gonna break the system with Donald Trump, and they don't want the system broken because they slaves to it. These the real slaves. Anybody that got anything against Chicago Fifth Red is a slave to this system, is a slave to the white man, and they despise the white man. We free out here. We're going to continue to be free, and there's nothing that y'all can do about it. Kill me like y'all did like you did King. Kill me like you did Malcolm X. Kill me like you killed Kennedy. Anybody that want to get us through, get us to liberation, it's always us that stop us. So at the end of the day, is it me or is it y'all? I'm gonna go with y'all, because again, y'all don't see why Chicago Fifth Red was founded. It was founded because I wasn't going. I wasn't gonna accept this is just how Chicago is. This is just how Chicago is. They just gonna continue to be racist. I don't want to hear that Doris with that. This is a system and it's oppression and it's a racist. Was it racist that you going around telling people don't support CFR? Was it right? Was it right. Is it a system? Right. Is a system that told you not to support us because we didn't support Pamela Denise Long? That's the system that you're telling me that I need to.
And we look at character.
Is that the oppression that I'm fighting? Because that's a little bit dictatorship. That's a little bit of oppression going around trying to throw shade at my name, texting everybody you 80 years old. You living in your last days, literally. And you're literally going around texting people, do not support Chicago Fifth Red. And then in another, if I would have went with her, if I would have said, yeah, I'm gonna go with Dr. Long. Because you're zero for 10 in politics. Brandon Johnson sucks. Paul Ballard sucks. Desmond Yancey sucks. I don't even know who else. I'd be scared to figure out whoever else you rooted for. Who you told people to. So yeah, I really wasn't going. I really was hesitant when it came to any of your political picks. But I saw for myself how trash Dr. Long was. So but go back to saying
now you see it.
Yeah, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people think about Chicago Fifth Red, because we got more love than hate. And the only people that's gonna continue to hate us is our people. And that's fine, that's cool, because we broke the democratic system. Because a lot of these people who say they're independent, they're not. They Democrats. They just tired of getting the run around. See, everybody running around all these coons, because that's what they are. All these coons continue to run after this same reparation study money. And so a group of new people coming in, they thinking that we're gonna chase after this this reparation study money. They think that we're gonna be out here. We fighting for reparations. We're not gonna be able to get nothing because we're losing everything in our communities. We're losing everything in our communities. These people have literally taken everything out of communities, from the slides to the swings to our housing, to our jobs, to our businesses. We got more foreign businesses in our communities then black freedmen businesses, and y'all arguing with me about Dr. Long. Y'all arguing about me about Dr. Long.
And we don't even have. And we don't even have that. I just made a video and showed that a Venezuelan restaurant that popped up on 55th and Halston.
I've seen that.
Now, yeah, and you have Venezuelan. We get messages all day long where Venezuelans are taking over Inglewood. And this is what we are fighting. These are the things that we are going against. That's why I keep saying, I don't care what nobody say. I'm doing this, and I know Zohar, because she really care about the kids, for our kids. Because if we don't do this now, they're going to for these illegal aliens. They're going to be working. We're funding their American dream, all while taking our kids' future away from them. And we're not going to allow it. We're not waiting for anybody, period. The Republican Party, we made it clear with them. You think we're waiting for y'all? No, please.
Oh,
we
yeah,
don't care.
that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. We don't. They need us. See, that's what I think they need to understand.
Everybody came to us.
Mr. Johnson, they need us. I don't need them.
Everybody,
just like I don't.
Every candidate came to us. Hold on, let me say this.
I need a higher power. I need God and my ancestors. I'm protected. Miss Jessica said.
Let me say this though.
You gotta understand, huh?
Let me say this real quick. Okay.
Zoe, hold it. Let Danny say something. Go ahead, Danny.
Let me just say something real quick, and then let Zoe. Every candidate came to Zoe to ask her to interview them on her channel. They came to us to ask us. We didn't go to them. We didn't go run into none of them because we made it very clear in the beginning. We're not waiting for you all. We don't need y'all because we're going to do what we need to do for our community. And so we don't care. We're not looking for no white man to save us or give us anything. We're going to take it. God told us our time is now, and we're running with that mission. And I'm laser focused. That's why I don't go back and forth with these people. I'm laser focused because we're right here and we're going to get it. But the things that we have to go through far as all of this is sad because the very people we are fighting for is who that's attacking us. But at the end of the day, we're not waiting for anybody. We're not looking for anybody to help because we're going to we laser focused to say that.
Hey, Danny and Zoe, now I've listened to y'all for a whole hour and something. I just want to say this. Now, it's just me asking the questions. Nobody text me or anything. Is it possible? Is it all possible that you guys get together on the Zoom and try to come to some type of conclusion instead of all this social media stuff? And I know we brought out a lot of facts today.
They owe me an apology. Yeah, they owe me.
Okay,
they owe me an apology.
Okay.
Yeah, they lied. It's all out there.
They lied and said we were getting paid. We weren't getting paid. No, yeah, we still don't. When I say not paid at all, everything, and see, it's hurtful because when I tell you I gave up everything, I was making big money with my business. When I say sacrifice everything, my husband had to go get when he retired from CPD because of Brandon Johnson. He had to go get a second job at Daily. That's why I know what I'm talking about with these illegals that's going to be taking over our job market and trade market if we don't get it together. I'm sitting up there saying that, listen, we can't do everything, the sacrifices we made, and for them to come and lie on us about we are paid when we broke. I've ever been. And I'm giving more of my money. Do you know how much Ubers we cost when we go down there to see protest? We gotta catch an Uber there, gotta catch an Uber back, gotta catch an Uber to the office to put out content, gotta catch an Uber to and educate our people. And all. We're paying for this out of our pocket, other than the donations that people send us who believe in us. That's all. Zoe is still sleeping on the floor. Her mama's still sleeping on that couch. And for people to lie and say we're getting paid, that's it right there, Mark. That's terrible.
Especially when you gave $27 to a campaign. You gave $27 to Pamela Denise Long's campaign. You got the nerve to say that we got paid? No, absolutely not. They owe an apology, and that's that. But I do want to make this very clear. We have a press conference coming up March 28th. That's counter the No Kings paid protests. Now they're getting paid. All these paid protests around here, they're getting paid. We're doing it at the FBI building, and it's the judges, because again, me and Miss Jessica have been in this for the long run. The first time I ever got in front of the judge, the federal judge at the Northern District, in the transcripts, Miss Jessica's name is in the transcripts because Miss Jessica came to watch me explain to the judge that they're stealing property. They're stealing Black people's property. They're stealing seniors' property. I said, and I turned around. I said, there's one right there, Miss Jessica. I did this November 1st, 23. We're going in April 2026, Mr. Johnson. Why would I ever go speak to them again without an apology when they just dragged my name over politics, when it ain't even about politics? It's about our survival. Because if we don't flip red, we're done.
Yeah. But Zoey, when you think, Zoey, Danny, when you guys think that it'll split the vote with you guys, you worked so hard to build what you guys got going on, and you wouldn't think it would have split the vote. I mean, even if you guys get on the Zoom,
we're not supporting her.
Now, what you mean?
Why do we care?
Okay, what I'm just saying,
what do you mean, Martin?
Okay, what I said, Republican. Okay, a lot of people like flip Chicago red. You know, they like that. But then, we got people that's caught up in personality. Well, I like Zoey. I like Mama Doris. So I'm going to, it's just, that's all I'm saying.
But we're done with identity politics.
Okay.
She was not a good candidate. See, Martin, it's her character, it's your heart. Okay. See, you to be a servant. You gotta care about the people, and you gotta have a heart for the people, because that's all it's about when you get in that role. How can you make the people lives better? And she didn't have that. She may have had anything that y'all might like, but she didn't have that. When God picked his leaders and his people, and he picked the ones that people never would think he would pick. Because their heart is right, and they have a heart for the people, and they're going to do right when they get in office. If you're terrible right now and you're not even in office, and we are trying to help you, and you are not speaking to us, you are not coming to support anything. If she would have came to any of those press conferences, don't you think that would have got her votes? Because people could have said, oh my God, Dr. Long is there. She's speaking up for the community. She's there. They can hear her speak. They can hear what she have to say. That could have got her more votes here. Every event we had, far as with the community, that shelter, she could have been to that press conference, spoke. She didn't do that. She didn't think it was important to show up to the community and address the community and let them see her. She didn't think it was. And they rejected her because of that. That don't have nothing to do with us. And it's more people. It's more people that said that. Go look at some of the comments under the video we did. People said, yeah, she was rude. She's a bitch. And she treats you like you're nothing. People can feel that. We know that. So we're not just going to put somebody in there because she's Black. No, I don't care if you're green. If you're for the people and your mission is what our mission is, and your agenda lines up with our agenda, then that's who we're going for. Because when you get in that Congress seat, that's what it comes down to, what you believe in. And if you're going to stand on that, and if you're going to fight for that. But if you're just doing that for selfish gain, we got too many of them doing that, who just getting in and they selfish and they don't care nothing about the community. We see it. It's over for that, Martin. It's over for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't endorse her. It was her character.
The split the vote. Yeah, the split the vote. I mean, it was 4 candidates. It was 4 candidates. So what? People voted for Cassie Childbeck. I told you, 57, almost 60,000 people voted for a person who did not debate with anybody, any of these people. I never saw them. So she needs to be mad. Y'all need to be mad at that person. Go find that person and say, well, how does he get 56,000 votes? Or y'all could do
she should have came out.
What the same person should do. Contest it. Why? How did Mr. Johnson? How did 56,000 people vote for this one person who did not campaign one time, who did not debate one time?
But it could have been his people. But it could have been his people. It could have been his people. But my thing is, just like Christian Maxwell, she's a married woman. I think she got 3 kids and a husband. Guess what Christian Maxwell did? She came out. She came out. She let people see her. She made sure that her presence was shown in the community. She would walk around with her kids, putting door tags on. See, it's your work ethic. She wanted to win. She knew what she had. She put in the work, and she didn't make excuses. She had a family. She got 3 kids and little kids. But she was out there. She made it to our event. She talked to people. She spoke with people. They heard her. They saw her. They said, oh, my God, I like her. You see what I'm saying? Where was she? Where was Dr. Long? Didn't nobody see her? She was born up in the car.
And as from a Democrat, like, I understand that y'all are Democrats, and that's cool. But if y'all think that splitting the vote is the problem, that's y'all problem. That's y'all problem. See, again, we're Republicans. Y'all don't identify yourself over here as Republicans. And she says she's Republican. Cool, I don't know. But y'all don't identify yourselves as Republicans. Matter of fact, y'all drag us all the time. We're coons, we're sellouts. We're for Trump, all that stuff. So we really in our own lane because we can't be Republican. We can't be Republican. We can't be Trump. Or I'll hear this: it's not about you being Republican. It's Trump. Or it's not about you being. I'm for Trump, but I'm not for Republican. Like, it's back and forth. I'm not playing with any of that. I'm grown. I got this. This my livelihood. We didn't see us splitting the vote.
Yeah,
we pushed for our endorsement. We wanted her to win. It was. I didn't care about her winning at all. I don't want her to be my. I don't want her to be my senator. I didn't care. I wish that she. I wish them votes would have went to. I deliberately didn't want her to win.
And
she was not my. She was not.
And we're gonna do a famous Friday. And we're gonna do a famous Friday, and then we're gonna hear the other people. What other people had to say about her.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad that she lost. I do not care at all that she lost. She cares.
Let me say this, Martin.
Go ahead, Danny.
We interview everybody. We get everybody so they can hear for themselves who they want to vote for. So we interview everybody. And when we just put our endorsements up. We didn't badmouth Dr. Long. We didn't say why we didn't endorse her. Nothing. Said nothing about her. Just put our endorsements up. We kept it moving. Then here come the attack. She started attacking, making space, making posts, X spaces, lives, posts about us. We left it alone. We didn't care. We wasn't going to, because we could have came out before her election and talked about her, how bad she was, and damaged it. We didn't do none of that. We kept it moving.
We didn't say nothing until she started.
But now, we didn't say nothing, but now when she's doing YouTube, going to all this, you see how bad on your show they just talked about us. When you're doing stuff like this, we have to now come out and say things. We didn't even say anything about that lady. She would see us at places she wouldn't even speak to us, and that was okay. But the fact that now, and we could have said this before your election, if we really wanted to sabotage her, we could have pushed her. We didn't. We let the people decide who they wanted, and they rejected her because they know who she is, and more people know. You'll see, because people are saying this. They rejected her because of who she is and her character. So that's all it is. But we're conservatives. We don't care. It's like this. The Republican Party, yeah, it's a lot of garbage on the Republican Party. It is. It's a lot. Now the Democrats is terrible. It's over for them. CFR, we're in our own lane. We're conservatives. People trust CFR. They may not trust the Republican Party. They may not trust the Democratic Party, but they trust the Republican Party. Just like Trump came in and he wasn't messing with he talked about the Republicans told who they were, talked about the Democrats, showed who they were, and he had MAGA. And the people voted for MAGA. The people trust CFR. So I'm not so far as, and she's not even the way she's moving, the way she's acting. She a Democrat. That's who she is, because that's how they act over there. And I vote for policies. I'm trying to educate our people on policies, because for me, it's all about policies. I'm a Christian. So it's no way that I can even align myself with the Democratic policies. And I say I'm a Christian and I love God. So I look at policies, and the policies
leave that up there.
Our community. So
somebody says,
and so when we educate,
Danny.
Huh?
Go ahead, Zoey.
Real quick. If he says, if you saw her issues early on, why didn't you say something? Because
we did, though.
We are not in the position. We are not in the position to drag somebody. The only reason why we dragging her is because she dragged us. But we could have said something. We could have devoured her like all these other white people did. Thomas DeVore and all them people that was talking about like a dog. They were going in on Jeannie Evans. Once we endorsed Jeannie Evans, they said she was a Mormon. She was basically the Mormon one. And I had to break down to people. I said, all these raggedy pastors and preachers and Father Flager, and you worried about her being a Mormon? Because y'all say she a Mormon? Because y'all say she a Mormon? Like, y'all can't be for real. All these people was going. I never seen the cutthroat so much in politics. The way that we saw with these 2016 primaries, these 2026 primaries, they were going in on each other. Why would I do that to her? Why would I do that to her as a black person, as a freedman? Why would I do? Matter of fact, I did something that I didn't have to do. I put Miss Jessica on our page. You know how many followers we have? We put her on our page while she was going in on Brandon Johnson, and she said Dr. Long's name she endorsed and Christian Maxwell's name. I put it on all our social media platforms. I didn't have to do that because we
she didn't even want that.
And she
didn't even
mad
appreciate that. She told, why did you? Because she didn't want, because the fact that Miss Jessica Jackson put her name with Christian Maxwell, who is also a black woman. So why are you mad with that? So in other words, don't mention her. You better just mention me. See what Christian Maxwell, like, oh my God, thank you, Miss Jackson. Thank you so much for even mentioning my name. But you see the entitlement, you see the difference. This is who she is. This is, and so yeah, nobody is going to put that. We want real change, Martin. We want real change here in Chicago and Illinois.
This person
it's
one's a
over for
retard
us.
too. You got a lot of retards that follow you, Martin. This one gonna say, but you're doing it now. And before the election, she lost. She lost.
It's
she
after.
The one started,
and we only did because
she the one dragged.
She did this whole long post on Facebook the other day after she lost. And she lied. See, the lie. See, I don't care what you say about, you can say whatever you want to say. When you start lying about we are taking money and that we gave Jeannie Evans some of your platform, when you start just blatantly lying, now we got to address, and that was okay. We didn't even really say nothing about that. Then we saw, do you know how many people showed us, were sending us the texts that Mama Doris was sending them, telling them, now you have all this time to do this, but you don't have time to say something positive to help the community. Do you know how many times she was texting everybody, telling them not to support us and any candidates we endorse, and don't support us, period. The mission, when our mission is strictly helping, talk about our issues. So we saw that we left it alone. We didn't even say nothing. But when they went on YouTube, it was another channel they went on and talked about us, and then they came on your show and talked about us, and then stayed and went on the X space talking about us, and then making posts. Now we have to address these lies because we can't leave that stuff out there unchecked. Because that's how lies get out. That's how narratives form, and then people be thinking something totally different than what it is. So we're going to address them. We're going to show the receipts on Zoe Famous Friday about her, and after that, it's over with. I don't care. I'm not addressing none of them. I'm going to stay focused because we got to stay focused.
Okay. Now, after you guys do your Famous Friday, is it possible again for all of us get in the Zoom? And Zoom and talk. I mean, just talk. I don't have to be there. If you guys want me to be there, I could be a mediator, whatever.
No,
and just get in the room.
They need to apologize. They need to apologize.
Zoe.
Yeah, no, not Zoe. No. She's going to make an apology like she just said.
No, hold on. What I'm saying is, first of all, what I'm saying is, okay, that's very possible. But we get together first and you break it down and tell her why she needs to apologize.
No. I'm not. No. Did they reach out to me? Did they reach out to me before they put that all out there?
No.
No, right? Did they reach out to me when they when an 80-year-old lady that did not support Dr. Long when she only gave her $27 towards her campaign? You know, let me tell you how bad it is. My attorney reached out to me last night and said,
go ahead. She went silent.
Yes, I'm looking at him. He says, do you want to sue Denise Long?
Wow.
Because it was lies. It was blatant lies.
Yeah. She lied and said that I took her IP, her intellectual property. What are you talking about? And gave it to Jeannie Evans. Like, that's a blatant lie. Then she lied and said that I talked to two people on the phone and told them that I was going to endorse her. I don't know. Like, she just made up all these lies.
And you can go on all their platforms to see who they paid. We didn't get paid anything. So she lied about that. So she's steady lying on us. This is defamation.
That's defamation. My lawyer hit me up last night after your live. So that means that he white.
He watched it.
So that came last night after your live. So that right there, on top of looking at, it's everywhere. And she used my name in Chicago First Red. She used Atissa used my name. Like, she lied. She blatantly lied. Why would I go into a Zoom meeting with her? Nah.
Yeah, that's.
Now she gotta say
Martin,
she got.
I see what you do.
Doris do too. Doris do too.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Daddy.
I see what you do, and I see what you're doing. I love what you're doing. And we really want to, seriously, but we really want to get together with everybody. We really do. But some things you have to, because Martin, the work we're doing is so important. It's very important. And we cannot be distracted. We really can't.
Right. I agree.
So we can't, when we see little cancerous cells come in, we got to cut it off. Especially if it's that bad, you have to cut it off, because if you leave it there, it's going to spread. And so some things you see, you can't be in alignment with or be friends with. And when you see that, that's just because they know, Martin. Mm-hmm. See, you probably don't know everything, but that's blatant. Yeah, they know it's blatant hate. Like, for real, that's not just a misunderstanding or this. It's like it's a hate for us.
Yeah, it's like they want to see us.
Yeah, they want to see for us.
They want to see it fail. Yeah, I'm good with energy. Like I said,
with everybody.
Right. Yeah, since day one,
you know what?
I tried to get I tried to get everybody together to do some forums and panels. The time I met you, that I didn't know that you knew White Mike too. You
Right.
understand? I know a lot of people, and that was way before Chicago Fist Red. That was way before.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That was when I was walking around with that "Make Chicago Great Again" hat. You know. And my thing is, I tried to get all these people together because I'm super family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I love Miss Jessica. There's nothing that I love Miss Jessica. I love Danielle. They are my family. They stuck with me through this. They stuck with me through this. Them are the only people that I'm gonna go back and forth with. Them the only ones that get my time.
And I
Because
and
they
I
out here in
text
the
when I
trenches with
today.
me.
Oh,
Okay.
and today I told and today I even when I text I said Mama Doris or Denise, no, why would you do that when you see how hard we're fighting? You know the sacrifices. You know what we've been through and what we're up against. You know what we're fighting for. Why would you even do that? She said, the work you all doing are good. It's very good work. It's just that her problem is that we didn't get behind Denise Long. So because we didn't get behind Denise Long, you want to just infiltrate the whole thing. And you know the good work we're doing. You know what we're fighting for. You see it. But then you were ready to tear that down for the common good of everybody in Chicago, all our community. You were ready to tear that down because we didn't endorse somebody that we knew was terrible. So that's selfishness.
That
That's
did
your
not
own
stand with
selfish
you
game.
with that shelter. She did not stand with her with that shelter, but we did, and you got the nerve to do us like that. Hell no, I ain't meeting with them.
Yeah. I said, why would you do that? I said, why would you do that, Doris? Why would you do that? That's terrible. And I know,
Yeah.
Martin, you don't see me really talk a lot.
No.
I don't come on shows and talk a
No.
lot,
No, you
but I
don't.
had to because I really tried to. I really try. I love everybody. My heart is. I love everybody. I really try to get along with everybody because I know if people don't like me or don't like Zoe, don't like us, it has nothing to do with us. It's how they feel about themselves. So I'm a trainer. I understand these things. But when you do stuff like that and you intentionally know what you're doing. Now that it's coming from another place. It's not coming from a place of misunderstanding. It's coming from a place of hatred.
Of how
And
she
when you got
always
people
felt.
around you like that, you have to be
How they
very
always
careful.
felt
You
about
have to be
us.
very careful. Yes. You have to be very careful because I keep telling you the work is important. God gave us this vision. It's very important. And we know how important it is because we're right there, Martin, of getting everything we need for our community, for the city. We're here. And we can't sacrifice that for people who have blatant hate in their hearts for us for no reason. And that's what it is. And I really hate to use that word because people throw that around lightly. But when I use that word, it's because, Mark, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, okay, I got it. I'm going back again. Yeah, both of you guys. Now, if we can get a public apology, if we can get one, okay, and I'm just keeping it real now. I'm the mediator here. If we can get one, then we can get a Zoom call with all of us on the line. I don't have to be there because you guys are more involved than I am on the political realm because I don't know much as you guys know. But I'm just trying to bring some peace because I just look at you guys. You guys put so much work in and still doing it. You guys are moving. I never
Right.
spoke against Democrats the way I'm talking. Never. I never allowed Republicans to come on my page like this. But I said, man, I said, it's something different about these guys. I got to let them talk. Because some
Thank you
listen,
so much.
I think this because I know that I'm a forget. We have to forget. I know that it's hard for us.
Yeah.
And I get it.
It's
that's
hard.
why I have patience for us because I love us despite what anybody cares, despite take out the politics. I love us and I'm doing this for us. Regardless of how people take us or whatever, a lot of people always talk about independent. I independently aligned myself with the Republican Party because there's no opposition in this city, in this state. We're never going to get anywhere if we have just blue, 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 blue. The policies they're not good for us. Now, people may think the policies is good for us, but unless you work for the system and the system is get in with any of these politicians, you will not be able to sustain in life. That's just what it is. The Democratic Party has made that like this here because they've stole everything. They stole all the money that's supposed to help us sustain our communities. We're the only community that look the way they are. But I need people to understand and respect that I'm born in '86. So what it was looking like in the Jim Crow era and what it was looking like in 1919 and when it was looking like during the Civil War is totally different than what it's looking like in 2026. So we have to use our leverage, and our leverage is the independence of us being a taxpayer. So I look at this as I am a customer, and we are customers. We are the ones who are paying for all these people's salaries, red or blue. Mm-hmm. We're taking care of all of these politicians, these deadbeat politicians, because they're in here lying to us. These strategist people who are working on both aisles that are sending our people off. Like for it, if I got to say something positive about Dr. Long, if Dr. Long would have just rolled with us like Christian Maxwell did, Diane Harris did, she probably would have had a good chance of winning. Diane Harris has been with us since day one. She didn't give me $1. I'm the one who pushed her and said, hey, we're going to do this thing at I'm going to start. It's going to call Chicago Fizz Red Coffee Series. I'm going to need you to come down. And she was like, okay, I need to do it during the day. I said, cool, no problem. We did it. Christian Maxwell showed up. And guess who happened to be in there? The same time we were doing it. They did it on purpose because they knew that people were going to come out and they wanted to come and mess up our moment. Jesse Jackson Jr. and Robin Kelly. They even had the news people there. Both of them people have lost. Robin Kelly and Jesse Jackson Jr. But guess who has won their primaries? Christian Maxwell and Diane Harris. We were down with them, but they came to everything we did. We went out, we supported. She never had any events. She never had not one event. At least we went out to Joliet, me, Miss Jackson, and Danielle. We drove to Joliet in the rain. Miss Jackson drove in the rain. We drove all the way to Joliet to support Diane Harris. We supported Christian Maxwell. Christian Maxwell asked me to be a speaker at her when she first announced that she's on the ballot and all that stuff. She asked me to come and speak to her people. I just did a forum with Tadora when Tadora first announced. She got us a car. She got us a black car to take us to Home Run Inn where she had hers out in, I forgot, Tinley Park or something like that. But she did that. The same Richard Heidner. Rick Heidner wanted us to go out to wherever they had their thing at Pelican. He got a car for us. Like anybody that wants to go out, was going out to Lake Zurich, they got a car for us. Everybody that wanted us to be a part of anything that they had, they made sure we got there. White, black, it didn't matter. She's the only one that did not use our services the way that she should have used them. She hired somebody named Vibe for marketing. So she spent her money on marketing with the people named Vibe. She need to get mad at them. You chose them, just like I told Ted Dabrowski. Ted Dabrowski was my favorite candidate. We didn't endorse not one governor. I wanted to put him on the page so bad. Danielle did not want to put him on the page. So I personally endorsed him on my page. but I was mad at him because he listened to his strategist who told him to stay away from us because we're provocateurs. So they all stayed away from us because you got people going around lying, saying that we're BML, we're Black Lives Matter Republicans, we're provocateurs, we're getting paid, we're all this stuff. So everybody stayed away from us until we kept it consistent, and President Trump shouted us out. Then everybody started, all the candidates started coming.
And Zoey, Danny, now some people call this getting paid. Like when people donate to you guys, oh, they getting paid. I don't really consider that because people donate to me, and I do a lot of work in the community like you. So you go ahead.
You know what, Martin? And that's the problem. People love what we're doing. What we're doing has never happened in Chicago. And people understand that we have a lot of allies, and people want us to be, they hate the fact that white people, Hispanic people, everybody support us because our white brothers and sisters, they keep saying, man, we are so glad. We've been waiting for you all to wake up and rise up. We know this don't make no sense. We've been waiting. So they're so happy for us. Do you know how happy they are for us? Because they're good where they're at. You understand? Mm-hmm. They're good. But they see what's happening in our community and what we are going through. So we got people who really care about America and care about the American citizens and care about us. They don't look at race. And so what we're doing, they love what we're doing. So they're, whichever way they can help, they'll say, they'll donate. So we get anything that we could get by or, do, like when I went to Washington, then they donated. That paid for our airfare, our Airbnb, things like that, the Ubers. So they understand it takes money, and they understand the sacrifice we're making. Mm-hmm. So that's not getting paid. That's seeing that, hey, I love what you all doing. I'm with you all. I see what I see it. I see the sacrifice. They look at us. We give all our money to these churches. Mm-hmm. They got millions of dollars. They're not doing anything to help the community. But you'll give your last dime to them. So people who donate to us, it's because they believe in what we're doing. They see what we're doing. They understand what's needed, and they believe in us. And that's just what it is. And we appreciate our donors. I mean, the people who donate to us and things like that. We appreciate them. Okay. We really do.
And
because that's the only way we're able to.
Profit. We're not a nonprofit. So
I think people always saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not. I'm for profit. That's number one. We're entrepreneurs. Me and Danielle are entrepreneurs. We literally. I had to put my stuff on pause. She cannot have any more. She have no more clients. So we literally are. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm finding my money. I'm gonna go. These people sent me the case. Like, how do you get mad because people donated to us? We didn't sit here and say that. I can tell people I am not an activist. Mm-hmm. I am not an activist.
Yeah.
I am a strategist. Just like how these white people and these black people be hiring strategists to help them win. I am the same way. There's three people that we helped get endorsed. Now they've asked us, what are our prices? I'm a consultant. They're going to pay me to strategize to help them win their election. So I think people get that misconstrued and think like we out here. Like, I'm not Jesse Jackson. I'm not out here doing a shakedown. I'm out here fighting. I'm not Jamal Bryant. I'm gonna get it for everybody. No, this is my group. This is my group, and we are American first, and we're going to push people in there that's going to be for the people and not about corruption and not for the establishment. That's what we're on. We have our agenda, we have our mission, and we're very transparent, and we're fighting corruption. So it's not a nonprofit. I'm not an NAACP. I'm not Urban League. I'm not Rainbow Push. We are CFR. I'm a corporation. I am a business. And at the end of the day, we know how to strategize. And we're media. Just like your media, our media.
So and people don't understand that.
I think people need to
and
understand
we're very
that.
transparent. You can see our donation.
Yeah.
You can see people who donate, how much we got. So that's what it is. And my thing is this: everything costs. It really do.
It
and I
does.
just trust God because I know it. You know, it's so everything is so expensive. So I trust God, and He's been every day. He's been taking care of our needs. We can be like Zoe can just be like, man, Danny, I don't know. We can have a dime in our pocket, and somebody might donate $300 and say, this is for you all. So I trust God to take care of us because He the one have us on this mission. And if He have you on this mission, He's going to take care of you on this mission. And He have been doing it. And it may not be, how I'm used to it because I'm used to knowing when it's going to come, how it's going to come. But I trust Him every single day to provide for, and all I do is just go out there and do what's right, what I know is right and what He's leading us to do. And that's all we can do. And He because He lay it on people's hearts to do what they do. And I know that, and I trust Him for that.
Well, I need a favor from you guys. And I just, both you and Zoe and Dane, I'm asking you guys publicly. And, I tell people, no matter what side of the aisle you on, make sure you guys represent our people well. When I mean by that, make sure that we get something out of the deal. When you meet a lot of politicians, y'all vet a lot of people. A lot of people are going to come to you guys from this point, and make sure that they have not only a plan for Americans, but us in that too as well, though, for our community.
Oh, Mark, guys, don't even.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's a matter.
Danielle, hold on. No, hold on. When we gotta, me and Miss Jessica have a press conference in front of the FBI building March 28th. Are you gonna be there?
I can if you tell me in advance. I do work in the daytime.
Are any of these people gonna be there? I'm tired of everybody ignoring our issue,
right?
And want to make sure everybody else gets something. When are y'all gonna come and stand with me and Miss Jessica? They will not give her property. They literally have me sleeping. I got a hotel room right now because I'm tired of sleeping on the floor. My mother is still sleeping on the couch. She just sent me a text message saying my godfather water is off. On the Sandpiper Lounge. When are people gonna stand with us and get our situations together? So at the end of the day, I'm tired of everybody critiquing what we need to do, but none of these people are standing with us. It goes in numbers.
We need our people.
It goes in numbers. We do. At this point, I'm getting mine.
I agree. I agree with that. You're not wrong for that, Zoe. You're not wrong for that. You're not wrong for that. I agree with that. If we put in something, when we ask something, we should be able to put in something too as well. So I agree with that.
Or care. Care, Martin, because even down at City Hall, right? We are steady showing the people and telling them, please come down here and just see for yourself how they're stealing your money. You only have to be mad at us because when you sit down here and see how they launder and stealing your money, we won't even have to convince you. You're going to see it. Do you know we can't even get our people to come down there and stand, even with the private property taxes that triple in our communities? They wasn't even in the meetings then. But guess who are down there advocating for what they need? Illegal aliens. Guess who's filling the chambers up? Illegal aliens. Talking about what they stop ICE and they need their rent paid because they scared to come out of the house because of ICE and things like that. This is who they show up. We won't show up for us.
That's true.
For ourselves, not just for us, for ourselves. And then if our people came down to those City Hall meetings and just saw how everybody advocate for everybody else besides us. If they see all the money that's supposed to go to our community, how it's allocated to other places and illegal aliens and nonprofit in these churches, they would be disgusted for themselves. And then they would know. But they won't even come down there to see for that. And we've been showing it, city council meetings and public safety meetings and budget meetings. We've been down there on that mic saying it, and we still can't get at least 10 of our people to come down there at one time. But you're going to see a whole bunch of illegals come down there, or people who can't speak English in them chambers.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying, Mark?
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
Yeah. We'll sit here on
we can't get our people out for CTU.
They talk crap about us. Now we out here fighting for. I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for Miss Jackson, fighting for her property. It's been in her community, been in her family since she was a child. Danielle lost her whole business. She was running a great business in her house. Now her and her husband is ready to take the business outside to make sure she can contribute more taxes into the community, into the system, and then look what happened. But no one's standing with us. But y'all worried about Trump. Trump is not destroying the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. Trump is not stealing our property. Trump didn't knock my building down. The Trump Towers is not messing anything up. This is the local. Yeah. This is the state.
That's true.
For Tony Preckwinkle,
Tony Preckwinkle, Brandon Johnson.
Look what she's done. Nothing. Brandon Johnson, nothing. Rahm Emanuel built the whole New Americans plan that's trying to take us out. Obama Center is literally pushing people out. I mean, come on. Something gotta give. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is,
I agree.
It's delusion at this point. It's delusion at this point.
Daddy and Zoey, you know what I've experienced when I used to do a lot of protests in front of nail salon. People would cheer me on, they'll pet me on, you're doing a good job, but they would never come and support. It'd be a handful of people. And they'll tell you, and I'm quite sure you guys hear it all the time, Chicago Red, you guys are doing a good job. You ask them to come out, I'll see what I can do, and they never show up. But when they got a problem, the first thing they say, I've been following you, watching you guys since you start. But now you want Chicago Flip Red to support you, but you will not give no support in no kind of way. You won't share the video. You won't give no money. You won't come down to no press conference. I understand, y'all. Trust me. I've been there, and it gets tiresome when you fight for folks that don't care. Go ahead, Danny. Yeah.
And that's what it is. We're fighting for people who don't care, but you know who do show up, Martin, and that's sad to say. Our white brothers and sisters, those who show up, those who be down there, and Hispanics.
And CTU is these Hispanics.
Yeah. Hispanic and our white brothers, and they will look, and they don't play about us. Let somebody try to walk up on us, and they feel like it's a threat. They be like, they don't let nobody get close to us. Those who show up, but y'all want us to hate white people or be mad at them. No. Because we're done with this division, white and black, and you black and Hispanic and all that. No, we're going to bring, it's America first, Americans first. If we don't get this under control, they let the Biden and Harris administration allowed 22 million illegal aliens to come across that border. Majority of them were placed in our community. If we don't get it together just being Americans, imagine 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when they have kids, because they coming over here with kids and they're having babies. They're not having abortions like the Democrat Party want our kids to. And the Democratic Party is teaching our guys and want our guys to be gay and not babies, but they're having babies. They're having their family with them. So imagine 10 years from now their population. Imagine 20 years from now their population. Before you know it, it's going to be more foreigners here than it is Native Americans here. We better stop playing. So they're playing the long game. So we're not done. We're done looking at white, black, Hispanic, all that. We're looking at, do you care about America? Are you American first?
Yeah, why would
Because
I?
that's what
Why
we're
would I
fighting
care when
against
you got people in your
foreigners.
when you have people in your chat right now saying they're not even seeing the fight. They're not even seeing the overall picture. They're just seeing tokens. I see what token, it's token, it's a few white people that care, a few black people. Y'all want us to be oppressed so bad. Y'all want us to be oppressed so bad, but y'all working for the very same system that y'all are saying is oppressing y'all. Like, I mean, at this point, it's retardation. It's reaching.
And then you have the elites. And then
I'm
you
not
have
gonna sugarcoat it.
the
Just
people.
like Trump ain't gonna sugarcoat it, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is retardation. We have there's something in our community that just will not help us get to the next get over to the other side. It will not help us get liberated, and it had to be something when it comes to slavery. It has to, whatever that is, it's some people. It's just in them. It's just embedded in them. And then it didn't help. It didn't help when the boomers have failed us because they ran and got that. Telling our Gen X and stuff, as long as you work for the government, get you a good government job. Get you a good government job. And then if you go to your HBCU and then become pledge. And then they went and pledged and turned into something totally different and forgot about the fight. Forgot about why we gotta stick together. They stick together. The Deltas, the AKAs. Mm-hmm. The Kappa,
Eastern Stars,
the Jamal Bryant congregations, all this. It's one big party. It's one big I call it Soho House, but it's one big college. And if you didn't excel or you didn't go to their college, or you're not gonna be in their society, then hey, screw you. And then if you say anything about it, they're gonna call it racism. No, it's not racism. Y'all literally have left everybody outside. Y'all are the boule. Y'all are the elite, and y'all literally have left the rest of the people outside of the club. We still outside the club. Y'all inside the club. Y'all turned up. Mm-hmm. Y'all turned up. Y'all got everything y'all need. Y'all kids got everything y'all need. Y'all friends got everything you need. Mm-hmm. Your family got everything you need. But then but hey, y'all, they knocked down my property.
But you all are doing this for our money. You're living that lifestyle with our money, and you think you're gonna let the regular people just be out here. That's why I keep saying no. The real people are rising up, and we're speaking for ourselves. We're not letting anybody speak for us anymore. You don't speak for us. You don't speak for us. He don't speak for us. They don't speak for us. No, the regular people are rising up. The ones they forgot about that they work for. We're rising up, the ones who kids got to go to school and worry about getting shot. The ones who got to go outside and got to worry about if you're at a red light that you're going to get carjacked. No, we're us. We're rising up. We're speaking for ourselves, and we're taking back everything that you all took from us. All of that is over now. Everybody going to eat. It's just not going to be the certain class eat. Everybody going to eat. We're bringing everybody to the table. Everybody going to sit at the table and say, and then when you get the table, you can make your own table. That's fine. But everybody is going to eat. Just somehow, every other community can thrive. Somehow ours just can't. Every other in Chicago, no. That's over with. Everybody, we're going see everywhere. The entire Chicago is going to be thriving. Period. That's what we're on.
Okay.
Yep.
White, Black, Hispanic, Village, children, our community, Chinatown, up north, Wicker Park, all of Humboldt Park. Everybody going to be. If you're an American citizen, America first. No, that's what we riding with.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's basically it. Economically, it's not making sense. And if you talk to a lot of these young voters who voted this time, and a lot of them voted because of CFR. Because a lot of them have businesses. One of my little brothers. His name is Dave. Dave has his own heating and cooling. It's called Sensational. He's from the South Side. He's not even 30 yet. I think he's maybe they just turned. He got a twin. I think they just turned 28 or 29. He should be doing all of the heating and cooling on the South Side. We should be making sure that he has all the heating and cooling. He was in college. He dropped out of college and went to trade school. So I'm just saying that to say that he called me. Hey, who we voting for? You understand what I'm saying? These kids they're paying attention. They have businesses. Yeah. And honestly, the city of Chicago is a small business killer. It's going to continue to be a small business killer because everybody that's eating, you got to be in the club. If you're not in the club, you ain't eating.
That's true. Let me say this. That young brother that got that HVAC company, send me his card number so I can put him up on my page. I wouldn't mind doing that for him. You know, I could do that for that young brother.
And he's not in my group. He was.
Okay.
But he had, So it's just stuff like that. Okay. But after that, it's going to continue. It's just people that's going to be haters because that's just what they are. But when it comes to
you're going to have that.
Yeah. It's always that somebody want to pick something because again, there's a lot of people that's haters because they've never ever because we've done something that nobody else has done, and that's because we stuck to what we were going to do, and anybody else can too. But it's always going to be some haters, and that's fine. But yes, Dave Mason is a guy that has his own heating and cooling place, and there's no reason why he should not be out here doing all heating and cooling places. He should have just like anybody else that has it. These companies. There's a lot of other black boys like this. There's a lot of black men like this. We do not care about them as much as y'all say y'all do. As much as y'all claim y'all do. So when you have somebody that built something like Chicago Fifth Red that's relatable to these young voters, like we are, they're going to continue to come to us, and people hate that. People have an issue with that, and people hate that because they don't have that effect that we have. And the reason why we have this effect is because we really out here putting in the work, and they're watching. We're in live stream generation. People think I need to have 1,000 people out there with me. Do you know how many people watch our CTU protest? 400 to 500 people every time. We're in live stream generation. These kids watching us.
I know.
They're stopping us. They're asking to take pictures with us. They're asking how can they be involved? How can they civically be engaged, be involved? We're telling them to look at the policy. We just met with an 18-year-old last week that goes to a university who gave us a proposal to have us go to their campus and start teaching them about grassroots and conservatism. So again, it's about marketing and branding. If black people would work on that part, because we are the entertainment, are the culture, politics wouldn't be nothing without us. We just continue to push only one side. Break it up. Give it half. Let the Republicans be the Republicans. Let the Democrats be the Democrats. Let the independents be the independents. Let the libertarians be the libertarians. Let the Green Party be the Green Party. But nobody's going to be able to win no elections in any of these blue cities and states because they're not playing fair because they're buying the elections. So you're going to have to get someone involved to start firing these people like you would fire. You had a business, every time you go to the business, they stealing out your cash register. Every time you got a restaurant or Mr. Johnson or anything, and every time you go in there, your cash register come up short. You're going to fire them, right?
That's right.
People letting the cash register come up short. We have to fire the people at the Board of Elections because Pritzker appoints them. Pritzker's a billionaire. We can't outspend him. So it goes back to economics, it goes back to common sense, and it goes back to it doesn't matter who it is. We're never going to see liberation if we do not get this system fixed. And we have to, it's RICO time. These people going to prison. They just stole so much money, and they're trying to buy everything. The media, they're trying to buy the narrative that Trump is the problem. Now y'all is the problem. We literally have nothing in this city and in this state because they shut down. I'm gonna leave you with this, and then Danielle, you can talk or whatever. I mean, I'm done with it. Why would y'all continue to vote Pritzker in when Pritzker shut y'all down for COVID? He shut y'all down for COVID. All people, businesses, a lot of businesses left, corporations left. People died when they really didn't have to die because they really could have just gave them what's it called? I forgot. I'll think of it. But anyway, an antibiotic. The antibiotic. They could have gave an antibiotic when it came to this COVID. But anyway, why he's telling y'all all this narrative about how COVID is killing people and destroying people, and everybody got to stay in the house. Y'all running crazy. People relapsing on drugs, going back. People becoming alcoholics. He goes to Florida. He traveling to Florida, where the state is actually open. That right there is how, like, that is disrespectful. And you know, the only person who sued him was Darren Bailey. Not one other person sued him because how are you gonna leave and go to a whole different state, but shut us down and make us stay in, and he's a farmer. So I'm losing. My chickens may die. My products, nothing's working because everything's shut down. But you got the nerve to leave and go to Florida and on vacation with your family. That right there is, he should have not had another term. So that's how I know he's still in the election. If you look at them numbers, if you look at their last election numbers, they can talk about Bailey all they want. Bailey should have won that election because the person who he had as his because we have identity politics. So his running mate got just as much. Lieutenant Governor Stephanie Trussell, she just got as much votes as Juliana Stratton. So what I'm saying that to say is, it doesn't matter who it is. We're going against a system that's paid and bought.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why majority of the people can't come down there and stand with us, because they in a union. They got pensions from CTU. They're bought already. Look, we're in pension debt. You know, you see how bad our pension debt is? Everybody and their mama got a pension. So
Bernie Johnson said he's creating new jobs.
You're not gonna see 1,000 people. They scared. But I tell you this much.
Yeah. No, you finna say, you said I tell you this much. What you
tell you this, if we do not get the feds involved, because that's my goal. My goal now is to make sure the feds involved before the November 3rd election, because the November 3rd, 2026 election, Bailey can win. And he probably, we're going to make sure we're going to make sure he wins, because it's anybody but Pritzker. However,
so when
this city, these people are going to buy this election. He plans on buying this election, but the feds have to get involved to do a forensic audit, because annually the taxpayers pay Illinois State Board of Elections $50 to $55 million a year. If you look at the last 10 years, where is that money going to? That's $50 million of taxpaying dollar for the State Board of Elections, and they keep cheating the way they do. My tax dollar going in there as a Republican, every other person who's a Republican, tax dollars are going there. Democrat tax dollars are going there. There's some Democrats that cannot stand Tony Preckwinkle. They want her out of there. Regardless, they want her out of there, and they did not vote for her. They voted for Riley. A lot of people voted for Riley. So I'm just saying, it doesn't matter who it is. They're going to continue to take our money. So we got to get the feds involved so they can do forensic audit on where all our tax dollar money going to from the state board of elections. And I promise you, once they start doing that, they'll start snitching, and then we can figure out who been paying for these elections, who haven't been paying for these elections. And I guarantee you we'll start having fair elections because they're going to jail.
All right. All right, y'all. We're going to close it out. Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
Oh, no. So I just wanted to say, so I hear what you're saying, Mart, and yes, the people that we're behind, yes, everything you're saying for us, they understand because we let them and told them and made sure that they had a plan. They understand what's going on in our community. They understand how our community had been neglected and the money have been stolen. They understand that. And they have policies that they're going to enact to help with that. So so the people that we're endorsing, the reason why we did endorse them, because they had policies that is specific for what's going on in our community, like the property taxes and the schooling and things like that. So no, just understand everything we're doing. We'll keep in mind that we see the problem. We know the problem because we live where the problem is. And that's what we're fighting for. So the people that we are vetting and making sure we get behind, they're the ones who's going to help with that change. But we have to get them in office, and we have to get our people to understand that if we don't elect people who want change, we're going to keep getting the same thing that we've been getting. And this is what we have right now. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. It's not going to happen. So we have to vote differently if we want change. That's all the message is, Yeah,
I want to plug one thing. Again, March 28th, we have our press conference call. It's the judges at the FBI building. Me, Miss Jessica, and Danielle, and anybody has any issues with their judges, their guardian ad litem, their Congress, or their congressperson, a state per Illinois, their alderman, any of those things, you're more than welcome to talk. We are calling on President Trump, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and that lady who's over the Civil Rights Division. We are calling for them to get involved because the judges are getting paid off. The clerks are getting paid off. Everybody getting paid off. So if you want me, if y'all hate Chicago Fifth Red so much, send an email to my judge right over here in the Northern Building, Valderrama, and tell them, hey, can you please settle Zoe Marshall's mother case, because we don't want the city to flip red, because the city is going to flip red, because the city is red. That's why the city is red. We don't want, everybody is getting, property taxes is up. No one had, you see how bad they got Fitzcagey out of there? They got Fitzcagey out of there, but they didn't get Tony Preckwinkle out of there. They didn't get Maria Pappas out there. Maria Pappas running against right. No, I'm trying to tell you, they're all done and gone. It's just that we're a threat. We're a threat because we go down there all the time. So they wanted to show us like, see, y'all ain't doing nothing. Yeah, y'all on that mic, but ain't nothing happening. Nah, everything is happening because I'm going to the feds. I will camp out in front of the White House until President Trump gets involved and send the feds here, because we're not going to have nothing if we're not going to get these elections together, nobody's going to be able to do anything, because everything is not Democrat. The Democrats want you to live off of welfare. They want you to depend on the government. I don't want to depend on the government. You're not going to force me to depend on the government. I don't want to depend on the government. I don't want anything from you. I don't want no milk from you. I don't want no food from you. I don't want anything from you. I don't want nothing from you. I want y'all to leave me alone. And if you want to depend on the government because y'all depend on that pension, because I don't depend on that pension, because y'all depend on pension, and y'all think that y'all gonna teach us, show us how to do our group, because y'all part of the system. This the wrong group. This the wrong group.
Mm-hmm. All right, people. Real question. This is a political question. Now, you said something about Toni Preckwinkle. You said she got 400 some thousand votes, and there was only X amount of people voted. So explain that to me. I kind of missed that. Kind of like flew over my head.
They say a total of 379,000 people registered to vote Dems. Dems at that. They say only 22,000 for Republicans. I don't believe that, but I will say this: the primary here is messed up. So a lot of people, when you pull your primary, you got to pull Republican or Democrat. Right. So a lot of people want it to, if they got to pull a Republican, like, okay, I want the governor, but there's some people that's in our community that I cannot stand. Like, for instance, Southland, Yumika Brown. There's a lot of people in Southland can't stand Yumika Brown, right? But they rock with Chicago Fifth Red, so they wanted to vote for our endorsements, but they had to get Yumika Brown out. So they had to pull that Democratic ballot to vote against whoever was against her. I think it was Donna Miller and all that. So with the same thing with Riley, you got Riley, and then you got, I want to rock with y'all governor, but we got to get Toni Preckwinkle out of there. So I gotta pull a Democratic ballot. A lot of people voted for Riley, but because she turned 80. The day of it, they say she got 400,000 votes. There's no way possible she got 400,000 votes in Cook County when the state when only 379,000 people registered to vote. That's number one. Number two is the U.S. Senator is a federal position. We're talking about Dick Durbin's seat. We're talking about Dick Durbin's seat. How did even Juliana Stratton, how do they only get up to 200,000 votes? How did they get up to only that many votes? Governor, we're talking about going against Pritzker. Everybody, people can say all they want. If you look at all those comments and stuff, people can't stand Pritzker. It's like people can't stand Preckwinkle, and we've made sure to let them know that because we're down there all the time. How do you get more votes than the governor? How do you get more votes than the whole state of Illinois? How do you get more votes than the U.S. Senator for Cook County and suburbs? Like, some things do not add up. And as much as y'all can be biased about how y'all cannot stand the Republican Party and y'all don't rock with CFR, facts is facts, baby. And you ain't no way in the world she got 400,000 votes more. She got 400,000 votes more than the governor and more than the U.S. Senator and congressional. Yeah.
All right, Zoe. And Dan, we can go on and on and on and on. I appreciate you guys for coming on here, get some things cleared out, and hopefully a public apology will come. I hope so. I hope to see it. If not, life goes on. We just got to move on and continue to fight. Fight. Yeah. Sometimes, some people join something because it's new and it's movement, but after a while, they just fade off. It's just like any organization. You have those that was there from the beginning, but after a while, they fall off and things like that. So, I appreciate you guys. Continue to fight. Continue to fight. Fight. Thank you for calling me today, Zoe.
Yeah, I honor you. I appreciate your platform, And anytime you ever need us in any type of way, you have my support 100%. And in bipartisan, nonpartisan,
Right.
independent, whatever, we need more journalists out here that's going to show both sides, because that's the problem what's wrong with media. Media is broken right now. Media is broken right now because they're only telling one side, and they're doing it to President Trump, which sucks. However, I always encourage people to watch everything that Donald Trump does on the White House website. You can watch and listen to everything that he's saying, not them sound bites, everything they're saying, and maybe you will see something different, or maybe you won't. But a lot of those things that's on mainstream media, they're bits and pieces. I've done debates with people. There's certain debates they will not put out here, but me and Danielle did, because we killed them. We slaughtered them. But they don't want to put that narrative out there because they want to make it like MAGA's uneducated. Anybody that voted for Trump is stupid. Coon. We uneducated. All that stuff. No, the people who are uneducated are the people who are ignorant, because the degree is not it. A degree is just a piece of paper.
Yeah. I want to say, let me say this real quick. I know we got to go. What I didn't understand with the Democratic Party, that how all of them, when they make their video, they say Donald Trump, and Donald Trump ain't running Illinois or Chicago. I'm like, why does they keep saying that? That's what that bothers me. Instead,
it's not realistic. You'll never be able to abolish ICE. They all ran on the abolishing ICE. They're never going to abolish ICE. You're never going to abolish ICE. Matter of fact, they really need to just chill out, because when I say I want my man to declare martial law to stay in there until we get the feds to investigate all these people, I'm for that. I don't trust none of these people. They are habitual liars, and they will continue. They will find a victim narrative in a minute. And if you don't agree with anything that they do, they will find anything, especially when it comes to men. Rape charges, you're misogynistic. They'll find all types of stuff if you're not with their narrative. The Democratic Party's sick, and anybody that continue to work with them when they think that, when they don't know what a real woman is, that they think that our kids can learn about transgenderism because it's $1 trillion business, and y'all still voting for them. You the problem, not me.
All right, we're gonna leave it right there. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Good hearing from you, Danny. Daddy ain't never called in my show, so I know I feel good today, huh? But thank you so much, sister.
No,
I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us, and we'll come on. Like
I want to say this.
Anytime.
I want to say this publicly. Zoey did reach out to me today. I didn't know you texted, but I did take the phone call. I didn't know because I was working, and she asked me, "Listen, Martin, I want to come on." I didn't stutter, hesitate, or anything. Did I? I said, "Okay, cool. Nope. I welcome that. That ain't no problem." So I'm fair.
Thank you so much.
I'm fair. I didn't, it wasn't no money involved. It wasn't no favors involved. I just want to put that out there clear. So it was none of that, but none of that. I just want to put that out there for the record, so we'll know it's on record. I can't take it back. Y'all heard it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y'all already know what it is, and I'm tired. Live, uncut.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Love
Tell
you.
the truth and shame the devil. I love